Hi, day 18 of the 30-day Strangest Secret Challenge. Wow, this is great stuff. And I'm just continuing to be so proud of you all. I'm going to put this mic in because I always forget it. I want to continue our conversation about releasing these blocks and releasing these beliefs that are no longer serving us. And I want to start the conversation around tools. So we talked about yesterday how it's just uncovering this belief that's no longer serving you, that you didn't even really know was there, acknowledging it, thanking it, being so grateful for it, and then releasing it. And that's the start, right, of this part of our journey. And I want to talk a little bit about how to release it beyond that. So some of you still may be struggling with it, and I think one of the tools is that journaling. I encouraged you yesterday to make sure that you were journaling all of this, and that would be where you would just write your subconscious this letter about this belief and about how it came to be. So, just make it very creative and be in that relaxed state that Earl Nightingale tells us, and in that imaginative and creative state, and write to your subconscious about this belief. And so you're going to write about how it came to be, and how it served you, and how it protected you, and how so thankful you are to the belief and to your subconscious for protecting you so far, and recognizing that all of the times that you set out to try and break that goal, or break that pattern, and hit a goal, and you see how your subconscious just brought you right back down to where you were, and you acknowledge the power of your subconscious, and just in awe, just what awe you have of your subconscious to be able to do that, to have so much control and so much protection over you that it would do that for you. But you're just here today to let it know how you just don't need it anymore, and how things have changed, and what you believed in the past wasn't true about money, or about your weight, or about how you needed protection, and you're just different now, and you've grown, and you want to thank it, and you want to release it. So that would be a way to formally start to try and release that belief through a method that I think most people are comfortable with. So if you find, and I would just keep track of yourself as you're going for this goal. So if it's a financial goal, and you find yourself to continue to procrastinate, then revisit your story, revisit that letter, and just continue to release it, and continue to thank it and be grateful for it. Another technique that I have mentioned a couple of times, and I want to explore with you today, is EFT, so Emotional Freedom Technique. And what it's doing is basically tapping is what it's called, tapping. And you're tapping on acupuncture points. And, our body is full of electrons and neurons, and I'm not going to get into the science of it. Other people do this better than me. But what you're doing as you're tapping on these acupressure points is you're stimulating energy through your body. And hopefully what you're doing is breaking the connection that your mind and body has to a certain belief. And so we can do the same thing as that journaling. I say do that too, but then add maybe this EFT or this tapping as well as you're thinking, and as you're trying to release this belief and release this block around money, or relationships, or success, or health and weight. And so just very quickly, and I'm going to put some videos in this post for you to review, some that I like, some that are okay, but I think some pieces of them are just magnificent. But the pressure points that are very common to use are on the top of your head, at the tip here of your eyebrow, outside your eye, and it's so hard for me to do with my glasses, underneath your eye, underneath your nose, your chin, under your collarbone. Another one is under your arm, And then the other one is the karate chop, and you can either do it together, like a double karate chop, that's, if you can see that, or you can do it where just one hand is tapping. And so you can tap through these points as you're talking out your story, talking about your beliefs, talking about how it no longer serves you. And what you're doing is you're stimulating your nervous system, and hopefully, like I said, breaking that mind-body connection to beliefs that no longer serve you. So that's part of it. The first part of the tapping would be, to acknowledge the belief, to thank the belief, to really explore how it's helped you and how it's hurt you, and to release it and let it go. But then the next part would be those positive affirmations that you've been using towards your goal and what you really want. And so you would be tapping through how you have a new money story and money comes to you abundantly. And so you could tap through those emotions or those affirmations of the new way that you want to think and the new beliefs that you have about money. So that's two ways to use the EFT. One is to release those blocks, but the other is then to invite in the new connection, your new mind-body connection between what you want now and your nervous system. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And again, I'm going to post some videos that I really like, and Margaret Lynch is a great one, and she's written a book called Tapping into Wealth. And I want you to listen to her chapter 1 and her chapter 2. You do have to sign up on her email list, but if you don't love her stuff after, just make sure you unsubscribe. But she talks about the nervous system and how this works, and then in chapter 2 she goes over those acupressure points, and I've looked a lot, and I don't think anybody has done it better than her. So definitely look at those two, and I'll put in a couple of other ones of hers. And then I found another one that's pretty good. He's doing this tapping on this karate point here, and just really talking about money and releasing those beliefs and breathing through it, which I think is really, really good. And by the time I was done with that part of the tapping, I could feel the electricity in my hand. So I'm gonna put his on there as well. So experiment a little bit with this and give it a try. If you don't like the tapping, still do the verbal exercises, still do the journaling exercises. I think it's still really going to be good no matter what, to acknowledge, to uncover the belief, acknowledge it, be grateful for it, and then let it go because you no longer need it. That whole exercise is going to be good whether you use the tapping or not. And then just those new, after you've done that, no matter through journaling, through tapping, through just verbally doing it, to then, after you've released it, to say, I have a new story, and this is my new story. This is my new relationship with money. And then do this for the rest of the challenge. Do this every day for the challenge. It's just to release these blocks and invite this new way of thinking, this new relationship with either money or weight or success or relationships. All right, so just today's homework will be very simple, is to listen to one of the very, very short videos, try the tapping, and give us your comments. I'd love to hear from you. All right, bye-bye.